Good morning indeed. You can see the top of the mountains. It's time to get on the road and go explore. We found that there was a waterfall on the other side of this mountain through a tunnel to check out. The Faroe Islands tunnel system is very impressive. There are 22 active tunnels. So this is our first tunnel where you need a stoplight. Even though these tunnels were useful additions over the last decades, the old one-lane tunnels like you see here can be scary and challenging to some. It's important to always keep your headlights on, as a lot of tunnels are pitch black. Also, another important thing to know is there are passing lanes or pull-off spots every 100 meters. The rule of thumb is whichever side of the road that has the passing pull-off is the one that typically gives way and allows the others to pass. However, that is not the case when encountering a bus or a truck. You must pull over into the passing lane no matter what side it's on. And a good rule of thumb is to turn off your lights to inform the oncoming driver that it's all clear and not to blind them as well. Check the link below for more information. As I was enjoying the sights and sounds, to my amazement, this little lamb came over and get a drink of water. These sheep are having too much fun, and it looks like the sheep in the middle is telling me, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. And just like nature, you can only assume one thing. Chill spot to have my croissant. Just left Klaksvik, but we're gonna continue on, go explore this next island over, possibly go on a hike, and see what we can get into. And we have another tunnel with a stoplight. Beautiful waterfall, but those signs mean one lane, the height and the width. This drive to Vidareide is about 20 minutes. It means Isthmus in the Faroese and Danish language. So we were gonna hike the mountain that's sitting in the clouds right there. It's 3,000 feet. However, it doesn't look too enticing with those clouds chilling at the top. You're not gonna see anything, so it's not worth taking the 2 hours each way. We'll just wander around and see what we can get into. That church above was built in 1892. It's not the original. In 17th century, the old church was destroyed in a storm. So those unfamiliar what an isthmus is, it's a narrow piece of land connecting two larger areas across an area of water. Looking straight out there is Kalsoy, where we hiked to Keller Lighthouse. Right next to it, Kalnoy. This island's name is Vidoy, V-I-D-O-Y. It's crazy how all these islands have just these little bitty towns tucked in, and the rest of the island is terrain, mountains, water, and that's it. That's why the population is only like 50,000 here. Let's get back on the road and head all the way across to Vestmanna. Along the way, we'll stop in little towns, and you'll also see the world's first underwater roundabout. The tunnel opened in 2020 and runs 11 kilometers or a little less than 7 miles, making it the second longest tunnel in the world, connecting the capital city of Tórshavn and the island of Streymoy to the island of Eysturoy. The tunnel now saves so much time, from hours to mere minutes, from having to take the ferries or drive all the way around. The roundabout you see ahead is 72 meters deep, or about 236 feet below the surface. This giant colorful rock and concrete is made to look like a jellyfish. And here's a couple of fun facts. On this about 8-minute drive beneath the sea, there's a radio station specially programmed to enhance your experience. The other fact is, the price tag was around $700 million to build this. See, it's pretty wild. One part of the islands is dark and gloomy, which is about an hour away, 2-3 islands away. And here we are in Vestmanna, exploring around this little town, but it's actually way bigger than I thought. Cheers to finding 2 spots on this boat. We're gonna go see some cliffs. Last minute decision. Vestmanna is a small settlement on the island of Streymoy. There used to be a big ferry port until the tunnels opened. Its full name of Vestmanna Haven means Westman's Harbor. These rings you'll see all over the Faroe Islands and nestled in the water are called salmon dens. They farm and raise their own because of the high demand for salmon all around the world. The salmon here is known for its amazing quality and taste because of its geographic positioning in the upper Atlantic Ocean with dang near perfect water conditions for growth. Tourists flock here for bird watching and nesting on the Vestmanna cliffs. People will take boat cruises like I'm on to see these amazing cliffs you see all around. And you'll also see plenty of sheep tightrope walking their path. Across the way here, you'll see the old town of Slatanis, an abandoned settlement in the 1950s. Settlers moved away because of no electricity and no road connection. The only ways there are a boat or a 4-hour one-way hike. To my surprise, they handed out hard hats to everyone, and boy were we in for a real treat. Before we went any further, that boat up ahead caught our attention. They were rescuers on a mission to go save some sheep. From what we gathered from our boat captain, these guys had to climb up this cliff, locate the sheep, corral the sheep and get them to go downward and get onto the boat somehow. I want to say they were looking to tag them or protect them for the winter, but I couldn't figure out exactly. Stay tuned for more towards the end of the video. As we continued on, he took us to a rock that looks like the shape of an elephant. Do you see what I see? Hit the comments below and tell me. Now here's the reason for the hard hats. I guess better safe than sorry if rocks fell, because I didn't think our boat would fit through this. How cool is this? And add to the fun, there was another arch and even a tunnel that we would go through. And I tell you, we barely fit, like we were scraping the walls on the way in. Depending on your height, it would almost seem like you could touch the top of this. These tall rock formations we are passing are home to puffin colonies. Too bad it's not puffin season because it's September. A puffin is a seabird that lives on coastal cliffs or offshore islands. And these particular rock formations, the Faroese used to climb up back in the day, collect the eggs, and eat them. You can still see chains to the day when you look up. After enjoying the sights and sounds, it was time to head back to Vestmanna. We passed the guys chasing the sheep. That's definitely some hazard pay right there. Those sheep want no part of him. That being said, it kind of looks fun. After returning to Vestmanna, we were starting to get pretty hungry, so we hopped back in the car, drove a couple islands over to find this amazing sounding sushi restaurant, and it did not disappoint. I give you Itika. This place was really small, and to our surprise, we got in pretty quickly considering the line. They had a unique way of ordering. All their menus were iPads. They had everything from sushi to skewers to soups and bowls. I settled on a 20-piece platter and a dragon roll. So good. After dinner, we took a detour because we saw how amazing the sunset was. You remember that gorgeous waterfall? That's the mouth to it. Down to the ocean. We're trying to catch sunset after that magnificent sushi dinner. Whew, I sound like a smoker. I kid you not, all that is just straight up. I was elated to be able to sit here and enjoy this beautiful sunset. Well, that was worth the run, drive, all the above. Beautiful sunset. You can't exactly see it. Maybe you can. Right above that rock is the moon rising. How cool is that? That moon is setting, not rising. How cool is that? Setting moon, setting sun. They were cutting those fields when we came here the other day. And if you look down there, tons of hay bales going on. And that's day 5, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're not already. And stay tuned for more adventures.